Here's the hard truth. Not all risk can be eliminated, but compliance frameworks like CMMC require you to determine how much risk is acceptable, and then document that decision clearly. In this video, you'll learn what risk tolerance is, what must be defined for a CMMC compliance assessment, and how to set realistic tolerances and balances so that you balance security, cost, and mission requirements. Risk tolerance is the residual risk that your organization is willing to accept after you've done everything you can to either eliminate it or at least reduce it. This reflects your business's priorities, the leadership's judgments, and of course your contractual obligations. CMMC assessors will ask, has your organization documented what level of risk is acceptable? Are the risk decisions consistent with that tolerance? And then who has the authority to make these decisions? To determine risk tolerance, the leadership has to consider operational risks. How much disruption is acceptable? Contractual impact. Could the risk jeopardize a contract? Regulatory impact. Can this risk lead to non-compliance or penalties? And finally, financial impact. How much of a loss is acceptable if the risk actually comes to fruition? Most organizations define risk tolerance using a threshold: high, moderate, or low. So low risks are usually accepted automatically. Just ignore them. We document them and then kind of ignore them. Moderate risks are accepted, but we document and justify why we are accepting those risks. And then finally, high risks. High risks are risks that usually an organization decides need to be mitigated. We talked about the different ways to mitigate risk in a previous video. We can accept it, we can transfer it, etc. Okay, next. Risk tolerance becomes part of your risk assessment methodology. This is a statement that you make in your risk assessment procedure, and it has to be approved by senior leadership. That approval is what makes your risk decisions credible and compliant. Now that you've defined your scope and determined how much risk your organization can accept, the next step is to identify exactly who is responsible for managing that risk. In the next video, we'll define the key roles required for success for a CMMC risk management process.